What's up guys, it's Scion and I'm back, and a lot of people ask me about my build because they see me doing it in stream, so I'm actually going to talk about my build. Now, my build is a flame damage variation. I kind of spam a lot with this, and it actually looks like I'm spamming for no particular reason, but I am doing something in a particular reason. So I'm really rotating back and forth like this and then waiting until this gets to stack, cause the burn, and then go in and start doing my various rotation. Now, what you want to actually do with this is you always want to have a burn up and have something do a burn. Now, I altered my rotation a little bit right now because I took a point out of Z. So I will show you really quick what that does. I actually had a point into this so I can put a burn that, you know, lasts for 4 seconds, and everything, like most of my damage, is additive off of burn. So what that does is, let me get that back again. I now have 3 things that work off of burn. I have the Z skill when I put the point back, I have the X skill, and I have the C skill. Now what that does is that makes everything fire that I'm firing out all do damage, but I like to actually use the ice portion of it too, especially in a boss fight, to always have my ice buff up, so you will always see me doing this. And the cool thing about that is that you have enough time to attack cancel and all of that, so you see me doing this, so that's what causes me to do that, which does pretty decent damage. But what you need to start doing is you want to start doing things like this. You want to throw out, let's say I'll throw out the C for now. Throw out the C, let me do that. Throw out the C, which causes that. And there you go. And then of course I want to keep my burn stack up when I get to 5, so I'll just wait to that and then bring that out. Now when you're fast enough and you actually do your fire beam, you can actually cancel pretty fast. You can cancel pretty fast, like start doing things like that, and then you bring in and then bring the force blast in. But you want to do the force blast because the force blast doesn't really cancel after fire blast if you don't do it fast enough, so it's easy to actually do it after the ice one. See that? It just happens really fast, so I'm gonna do it again. Left, right, force blast. So what you wanted to keep doing is you want to have the blast up, and then as soon as you get to that right one, force blast, and keep the burn up. I know some people probably like, well, why are you doing all that? That makes it overcomplicated. I like to have fun. You really burst the F out of things with it. It does a lot of damage, and I keep up with people in dungeons. I see people that say Forcemasters don't keep up. I don't know why they say Forcemasters don't keep up, because I keep up with people. I do damage on par with people who are like 550, and I'm nowhere near that. I'm not 550 at all, actually. Let's see. Bring it up. 461. So I do pretty good for somebody 461 and can burst things, adds, is whatever. And the next thing about this build, let me go up. I know I'm kind of doing it backwards, but I just want to show you just the overall things that I'm actually doing is I like to benefit a little bit from Frost Fury when I need it. I don't use it pretty much at all, except for when I get into a little bit of trouble, and you guys know how it goes with dungeons. There's people who just don't play well, and I play a lot with random people and everything else, and just have to take over a fight or even tank sometimes when I'm like, why am I tanking as a Forcemaster? And it just happens. So you need to be survival. And it's good to have no extra Hong Moon levels, and I don't have many Hong Moon skills, so to actually have that extra levels, I can actually put something into Frost Fury, and it really won't affect my damage anywhere else because I have everything else that I'm supposed to have, minus the Wildfire. But you see I'm about to level again, that's why I just took the point out of the Wildfire for now, so I can put it over here into the Frost Fury for now, because like next 2 or 3 dungeons I'm just going to get the point back again. So that's why the point's gone right particular time, because I had 1 point here, but I decided, you know what, let me get the 2-time efficiency because my crit's pretty high, and I can start being like a one-man army and things like that. So I like a build that's flexible, that I don't have to change on the run. I don't have to change this build on the run. I can just do what the hell I want to do. And even going to PvP, I like really don't change much. Sometimes I change the force blast out until, like, you know, the normal 1 skill stun. when I have to fight certain things. But majority of the time, if I'm going to PvP, I don't even change it. I'll just keep this and then give somebody a heart attack because they get their face bursted off. And yeah, it's pretty fun, especially with this particular combo. When you do that, so not only can you do that, but you can do this. See, like that's just crazy. Actually, I messed it up. Let me just do it again and bring it in, and you can just bring like this. So much different damage that comes out is pretty nasty. It's pretty evil, and people usually are looking like, what the hell just happened to me? It's funny. Now you can also do the same thing and do it with the fire skill. And the interesting thing about the fire skill is that you can also do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if you have the X up, you can do it after that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it in, like pretty good. Like usually by that point, if somebody is alive, especially in PvP, they're gonna be like, if they don't block that, they're gonna be like, well, okay, that just hurt. So is what it is. So let's go back, and I'm gonna end this because I don't want this video to be too long, like 7 minutes. Let's go up to the top. So it went 3 into Blazing Palm down to here, and you don't want to use auto detonate. You can if you want to be lazy boy and do it that way. And I used to do that, and I'm not gonna lie, because the last build I actually did that, but that doesn't help you in end game. Like as far as end game, when the fights are really long, you want to have that burn up because it helps you more towards that. In earlier levels, then the lazy boy way of going all the way down here with the extra point, it works out for you. But you want to do this because you want to keep your detonate going with the I'll get down into that. Now another thing that you also want to do, if you extremely, like if you find yourself that if you're in like SSP or something like that and you're having survival problems with a Forcemaster, you can put points over into here, because that is a DPS race, but not necessarily that you have to do it by yourself, especially if you're in a team. So if you want extra sustainability, just put all your points over into here with the Blazing Palm and just get that life leech going off with the spam. It's really simple, it's really easy. Just watch how you put out the attacks, because you will start AoEing a little bit with the 3 consecutive enemies, so you don't want to pull every damn thing, but works out pretty well. I do that all the time, and I just, pretty cautious when I start seeing other enemies start coming around and stuff like that, but it keeps me alive really easy. Next thing you want to go with is Frost Palm. You want Frost Palm to be over here. Some people go only up to 2 and stuff like that, but I like the attack speed and the defense. Like I said, I used to spam a little bit, so is what it is. I may lose, I probably lose like maybe 3 to 4% of DPS, but I like to have my defense, and like I said, I like a build that does everything. I could do good damage and be survivability and everything else. So of course you have the Frost Fury right there. I like the Windstorm with the critical and everything else, so I always try to do the Windstorm whenever something is stunned or knocked down or whatever else. Have the dual dragons, bam, up to tier 3. I have Firestorm. I'm still thinking about Firestorm. Probably might, when I get extra points, go down into over here, but for right now we're just gonna leave it right there. When I get the Hangul 10, I'll start effing with this. We have the Frost Armor down to right here. I like to have that Frost Armor right there. You can take points out of this if you feel you do not need this, especially if you have Frost Fury, then you can take points out of it, go to Firestorm or do something else. But I like to have, like I told you guys before, a really well-rounded build. I go down to second wind tier 4 stage 1. I think that works out pretty well for me. Some people like going up here, but that's what I like to do. Of course, you have to go down to the Force Blast because you need to keep up your burn. You have to do that. That's very good DPS. You can use Blazing Beam down to right here. Some people don't go here. You usually go right here, but I go right here. And we have Glacial Beam. Glacial Beam right here. My Glacial Beam I usually only use for boss fights when I have to stun or put a freeze up. Very good. My Phantom Grip, as you don't really use this in PvE, so you don't really have to worry about this, so I just leave it for right there just in case I do need to grab stuff. You do have to grab things every once in a while, so I just leave that point there for now. You can actually take this point out if you want to and put it into your Z skill if you want, but I'm just gonna leave it there for now. I have Inferno, the second one. Let's see what they burn for 6 seconds, and you know, additional ember fire damage on per ember stack, so that's definitely good to have that there. They'll go along with your burn build. Short fuse again, and this also gives, you know, deep wounds, recovers for focus, stacks 1 bleed, which the bleed sucks. I don't even know why I even put that there, but whatever. Yeah, so you definitely want to put that out. You can, if you want to, it's just in between extra damage and everything else. That way you don't have to use force blast if you have something else to put out there. Especially if you have meteor shower, you only want to use meteor shower when you have a burn effect up. That's the only time you want to do that. And you have Frost Sheath right here, which is 1, actually 2 points into Frost Sheath, and I believe that's it. Oh, Burning Soul. I went into Burning Soul. So yep, that's about it. That's the build I have. Of course, like I said, you could be lazy boy and just do the auto detonate, but it does not crit off the auto detonate, so you can't get that nice nasty crit like that. Like, you won't get any crits like that. It'll just auto detonate and do like 2,000 or 3,000 damage, and you're gonna have a sad face because it's gonna be like a little normal number like that, and nobody likes that. So other than that, you guys be legendary. That's what I actually use, and I have enough money and enough resources right now to go up with my weapons. So the next time you see this video, I'll probably be close to like 530 or 540, working my way up towards 600. And I'll probably have the new event outfit, and it's time to just retire Pale Stalker. She's sexy in it, but it's time to retire it. I'm gonna get some other stuff for her now. So peace, and I will see you next video. Appreciate everybody who stops by and watches my channel. So if you'd like to see more of my videos, you can click the top right end card and see more of my videos on the playlist, or you can click the bottom right and subscribe to the channel. Once again, one love, and thanks for stopping by. Peace.